Welcome back, folks. His clouded eyes sparkle with intelligence. But you can't help wondering how books and scrolls are of any use to a man afflicted with blindness. Don't mention the blindness! Now there is a mighty wizard. Bit twisted, but then who knows what happens to the human mind when 'tis subjected to the powers he wielded. 'Tis even said his skull alone had the power to destroy enemies. He must have locked a magical matrix upon it. I'll have to research that. He nods his head, seemingly making a mental note, then continues with a wistful look on his aged features. I would have loved to study that fascinating gem of immortality, but alas, I was born in too late an era. This is for people who don't know about this stuff. A sad, sweet smile comes across Wisdom's face. She was quite a comely lass at one time, with a mind forever searching. His expression darkens, but then mundane forced all the good sense from her. She became a power unto herself in time. I do not think she quite rivaled her former mentor Mundane, but she was a force to be reckoned with nevertheless. And that thou didst with a quick sword in Ilno. That act will most likely have tales sung about it for the next eon. To which breath he adds, even if Yolo's the only one who sings it. With a look of indignation, Yolo says, "Pardon me, sir, but I'll have thee know that ballads of the Avatar still grace all the finest drinking establishments of Britannia." And what a dubious distinction that is. The corner of the mage's mouth comes with a delicate smile. An angry retort dies on Yolo's lips as the elderly mage lifts his hands in a gesture of peace. "Please forgive the offence I've given. Thou should know that I have seen almost firsthand the Avatar's bravery in the face of adversity. Nothing but the highest regard for the destroyer of the Age of Darkness and the harbinger of the Age of Enlightenment. He seems a nice guy." Exodus. That being has become a passion of mine lately. He almost glows with excitement. Indeed, 'tis what brought me here. While I was in the Lyceum, I happened upon a passage in the manuscript that described an island of fire. Upon further research, I found that the engineer of Exodus was not truly destroyed. The interface between its two parts in the world was merely severed. It would seem that someone, pauses dramatically, let that slip into a volcano. Probably me. Let's talk about the two parts. One part, his psyche, we shall call it, was taken by the gargoyles who live below us in a realm on the other side of the world. A truly fascinating culture they have, but I digress. You begin to wonder just how long this old man has been out of circulation. Yeah, no more empires under the sea, underground for the gargoyles. He continues, the other I have here. I call it the Dark Core, because without the psyche, it is mostly lifeless. There's the youth, and you feel as if you're speaking to a child describing his new toy, or perhaps pet. I believe 'twas the removal of the psyche from the core that caused this island to sink beneath the waves. Ooh. I have found it to be quite a treasure trove of useful facts. Its sole purpose seems to be the storage of information. Much of its information is trivial, such as the detailed description of the colour of the sky on a particular day eons ago, while other bits give instructions for the manipulation of the world. Within it I've even found knowledge to raise and sustain this island we stand upon. It is truly a remarkable artifact. He thinks for a moment, then looks nervously in your direction. Please do be careful around it. Artifacts seem to have a tendency to, shall we say, disappear around thee. Good point, they do. Eventually I shall turn my studies to that being. The gargoyles have placed it within a statue, in a shrine they dedicate to the principal's diligence. Ooh. Interesting creatures, thou mightst call them Balrons, but they are not the beasts that history has made of them. The larger winged ones are intelligent and magical by nature, while the smaller wingless ones appear to be the workforce for the species. He heads your direction with a puzzled expression. I have the oddest feeling that thou hast heard of all this before. Eurethian falls silent. His expression is unreadable. The machine that thou dost destroyed was Exodus's mean of communication with and control of the world. When it was destroyed, his psyche could no longer retain its hold on the dark core. I have often wondered if another interface was implemented. I wonder if another interface would the psyche return, or possibly be regenerated? As his idle musings begin to run towards possibly dangerous conclusions, his mouth snaps audibly shut. Now there is a question. I've heard naught of its existence since the Age of Darkness ended. Would that I knew its location. It's reputably a great item of magic. Didst thou find it so? He cocks his head to one side as if he asked the question. Yes, I did. Yes, 'tis a pity to lose such an item of antiquity. Perhaps its time unfolds, it will turn up. These things have a way of resurfacing at the strangest times. Milky eyes glitter up to you like twin marbles. Yes, but thou wouldst know all too well about that little bauble. After all, it was thee who smashed it into the shards that caused thee so much trouble during the regency of Lord Blackthorn. So much power that even in a shattered state its magic still flowed. 'Tis sad to lose such an artifact. If suddenly remembering whom he's speaking, he meant much better than having mundane running about or mucking with things, I suppose. Of deep subjects. Thou art interested, feel free to inspect them. This is no library. As if regretting his gracious gesture, he adds, however, I trust that thou wilt take utmost care with the older ones. Stops on the verge of saying more. The mirror. So thou hast met that old windbag. Truly I feel that I would do better to free myself of that burdensome beast, but he sometimes proves to be useful. If it weren't for his whining, perhaps he and I would get along better. 'Tis his favourite pastime. He begs, pleads, and threatens me to free him from that stupid mirror. Believe me, if I could I would have done it long ago. Erethian's lined face shows his chagrin. He wants this special bauble. I once possessed this gem he seeks, and I don't think he'd be very happy once he gets it. I have tried to tell him that 'twould only imprison him in a more mobile jail, but alas, his head is made of stone. Quite. Arcadian seems to have dominion over Britannia and believes that the gem will give him the ability to exert his power here. In truth, the ether gem works in reverse. His power will become accessible to the one who possesses the gem. The gem was pilfered from me by an ill-tempered dragon. How do I get the feeling we'll be meeting that? She blew her way into this castle, waylaid the golems that protect the Shrine of Principle, then destroyed a perfectly good secret door on the way to the test of courage. I'd have liked to see her squeeze through the hole she made. 'Tis hardly big enough for a creature of her bulk. Milky eyes twinkle with suppressed mirth. Yes, this pair of man-shaped magical constructs used to guard the Shrine of Principle, but alas, one fell prey to the falling rocks. The dragon thought that the other picked up his brother, for lack of a better word, and carried him off through the portal to the test of love. The shrine lies at the doors of the rear of the main hall. There thou canst find 3 statues, each one dedicated to the principles set forth by Lord British at the beginning of the Age of Enlightenment. Conspiratorially, he adds, a bit stuffy, but they make nice cloak racks. Let's say bye. Thou wilt need it. Ooh. Let's go in here. He doesn't seem to have anything useful. Is there anything up here? No, it would seem not. Okay, folks, when we come back, we'll do the test of truth. Until then, folks, for now, let's save. We're finally here. Hooray, folks. Hooray indeed. Until then, folks, until then.